All right, it's time for another Letitia James topic. I know we did not see this happening, but Letitia James is under fire again. And this is going back to something I've addressed on this channel, which is her lawsuit that she actually won against President Trump. We're going to get into that. And we're going to look at her possibly being accused of an election fraud. How ironic would that be? But let's go ahead and check out what is going on here with the DOJ essentially giving another subpoena to Letitia James. Here we go.
Breaking news, the Associated Press is reporting the Department of Justice has subpoenaed New York Attorney General Letitia James. The AP reports it's related to the civil fraud case against President Trump and a case against the National Rifle Association. Now, James sued President Trump in 2022, accusing him of misrepresenting his assets by billions of dollars. She won, but the case has been appealed. James just released this statement saying any weaponization of the justice system should disturb every American. We stand strongly behind our successful litigation against the Trump Organization and the National Rifle Association, and we will continue to stand up for New Yorkers' rights. We also reached out to the DOJ, and they declined a request for comment.
Okay, so that's what's going on with Letitia James. If you want to know what happened with that entire case, we're going to check out this article here, and it gives us a little bit of background, what went on with that legal situation, and then we'll fast forward and talk about what's going on now. So, New York Appeals Court overturns the fraud penalties against President Trump. A New York appeals court has overturned nearly $500 million in civil fraud penalties against the former president, now president. The ruling removed the financial judgment while leaving the fraud finding in place. The case was originally brought by Attorney General Letitia James in 2022. Judge Arthur E. ruled in February of 2024 of last year that Trump and his company had fraudulently inflated property values to obtain loans and insurance benefits. He ordered Trump and his co-defendants to pay more than $454 million. I can't even imagine what a 100th of that looks like, let alone the full amount, including interest and imposed restrictions on the Trump Organization. So nearly $500 million. The appellate panel voided the financial penalty, citing that it was excessive under the Constitution. Two judges upheld the fraud finding, but rejected the penalty. Two other judges said a new trial may be necessary. One judge argued that the case should have been dismissed entirely